Hello there, I'm Gonzalez Yurico Aaron EJM, and I will be the one who will be discussing our presentation for today. It's all about the computer system components. So let's get started. So what do you think this part is called? It's obviously there. So this is a central processing unit. So what is the main purpose of it and what is a CPU or a central processing unit? So the CPU is often called the brain of the computer, and its main purpose is to fetch instruction from the memory, decode what those instructions means, execute the instructions, and store the result. In short, it processes all the data instructions so the computer can function. So without the CPU or the central processing unit, your computer will not do anything, or it will not do some set of instruction in what you will want to do with the computer. So as you can see here, the different types of the CPU, which is the single, dual, quad, hexa, octa, deca, and a server, and the most commonly CPU is the mobile. So proceed. So what do you think this part's called? So this is a main memory. So what is a main memory? A main memory is where the CPU stores data and instructions temporarily while working. So it is a fast and directly accessible by the CPU, and without it, the CPU will not have place to quickly read and write data. It's slowing down the computer down drastically. In short, it holds the data that the CPU needs right now. So without the main memory, you cannot store any data on it, and the CPU will not totally read the what are the data that he needs. So this is a very important component in the computer. So as you can see, these are the types of the main memory: RAM, ROM, cache, virtual, and flash memory. To proceed, this part is called a what do you think? SSD stands for secondary storage devices. So what are they and what are the purpose of them and how these things works? So to proceed, secondary storage devices are permanent storage used to keep data programs and files in a long-term run. Unlike main memory or RAM, they are non-volatile, that data stays even when the power is off. So the purpose of the SSD is to store the operating system or application for the future use. So without it, you cannot save totally the data that you input when not plugging or when turning off your computer. So as you can see, these are the different types of SSD: hard disk, solid state, optical disk, USB, memory, external, and cloud. Proceed for the next one is, what do you think the possible call of this? It is a input devices. So what are the input devices and what are the functionality of it? So input devices are the hardware that let the user enter data, commands, and information into computer. They are the one who set instruction on what will the computer do. So without them, the computer will not know what the user wants it to do. So the purpose of the input devices is to convert user actions like typing, clicking, speaking, or touching into a form of computer that can process. So without it, the computer will not do anything. So to proceed to our last and final part is the output devices. So what are they? What are the functionality of it? So output devices are the hardware components that let the computer communicate results back to the user. So they convert the digital data from the computer that into a human readable or a perceivable form: text, images, sounds, and so on. So the purpose of the output devices is to display project or produce the information processed by the computer to the user that can understand it. So as you can see in the screen, this is the different types of the output devices: monitor, printer, speakers, headphones, projector, plotter, VR or virtual headsets, and braille display. So without the output devices, the user will not able to see the output that he inputs on the computer. So this is the very and the most important component on the computer. So so that's all. Thank you for listening in our topic.